All right, we're back. How long has it been since we've done this? Take it to the grave, Nick.
Long enough where the thumbnail's still on the screen, apparently.
I know I'm doing that on purpose. Hey, everybody, I'm Bud.
Okay.
I'm back. Wow, I don't even know where to begin, man. I don't
It's been a
know. I
while.
think I've forgotten how to
It's been
do
a while.
this. It's been a while. How you doing, Nick Push? How are things going on the Nick Push's horror channel?
Doing good, man. Nick Push's
Doing
horror
good.
channel is hanging in there. It's hanging in there. Hanging by a thread.
Hanging in there.
Just
I
kidding.
mean,
No, no,
a
doing
lot of.
good. It's good to be back live. I haven't been. Go ahead. What?
No, I said there a lot of
What?
like news things have happened, like big breaking news with
Yeah.
some of our favorite horror franchises, and nothing from me, but you've been hard at it, man. So I'm glad you've kept at it. But yeah, man, it's been since I got back from Jamaica,
Yeah.
it's
I'm
been balls
streaky.
to the
I'm
walls
streaky
of
with you
work.
too.
Yeah, but I've seen a little bit of your
It's good.
stuff.
It's good. Real life
You've
should
done
take precedence.
well. I mean, I wish it didn't in this way because it's just busy work. But let's go to the chat. Let's see who's here. Let's see here. With Blake, he's been waiting for this forever. You know what that reference is, right? Byron Weaver. There you
Is
go.
that
I
my
see. I can put up all the comments, man. I like this
fire?
StreamYard shit so much better. Yeah. Alley girl, hey y'all. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
me
I know
too.
she's good to see us back. He's back. Yeah. We're back.
Allie.
This, believe it or not, Nick, this is only our fifth episode of Take It to the Grave. Seems like we announced this
It's
thing
crazy.
in the spring. Only been able to do 5 episodes. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, we're not going to do a list this week. We haven't had time to really put together a list. So we're going to take 3 of the big breaking news in the horror world over the last week. Uh, Big announcements on Scream. Exorcist Believer is coming out really soon. Saw 10 trailers just dropped for both of those. I know you have some thoughts on both, so we'll
Oh
get
yeah.
into it. You want to wait? You want to? So we got the football seasons coming up. Are we going to be doing our? Last year we did a pretty comprehensive live stream where we talked about the upcoming NFL season. We gave our predictions. Where I just want to point out I nailed it right on the head. I said that the Chiefs would win. Are we going to do that again this year? Should we do that?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
I think it'll be fun.
Why not? We should do
I'll,
something. Yeah, yeah.
so maybe on the next episode we can look at doing like a NFL season preview if everybody's okay with that. Look at that. Wayne Turner. It's 11:31 a.m. Thursday in Sydney, Australia. Good to see you guys back. Need to go live more. Yeah, I
What's up,
agree.
Wayne?
It's been a busy
Yeah,
summer.
Wayne. We want to. It's hard, you know. It's been busy. We've been enjoying life. It's hard to coordinate, but we're trying. We're trying. We're gonna do our best because we both enjoy doing this show together. So
Well, it helps now that we have things to talk about. Joseph, the horror guy. Hey guys, says it's nighttime for him. Yeah, it's nighttime for me too. Talk to Me was awesome. Australia owns Horrorwood. I've know it did pretty decent. I know they've already announced this sequel, but I have no
it
idea
looks decent.
what it's about. Yeah, is it like a
Yeah,
ghost
it looks
type
pretty
movie?
decent.
Yeah,
I think it's like someone in the chat will correct me because I'm sure my facts aren't 100% accurate, but I think it's like they have some like it's not a monkey paw, but it's like some hand where you touch it and like you can only touch it for a certain amount of time, but like you're connected to the dead or something. And obviously things go horribly wrong, but the trailer was pretty good.
yeah. I guess I need to go back and watch it. So out of touch with everything that's going on. So, what was the last movie you saw in the theater, Nick?
Indiana Jones,
Indiana Jones. Yeah, you loved it, right?
Dial of Destiny.
I
I
loved
wouldn't
it
say
too. I think
love, but I really enjoyed it.
I thought it was the second best Indiana Jones movie myself, but So yeah,
You think what?
I thought it was the second best Indiana Jones movie. Are you having trouble hearing
I'm
me?
like having some. Can you? I'm having
I
some
can hear you
internet
fine.
problems or something. Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I
you're
can
going
hear
in
you
and
fine.
out. Really? Hmm.
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna close some stuff down on my
See,
computer. Maybe that's
par
it.
for the course. We're
Okay.
back for the first time in forever, and we're already having fucking train wreck.
Yeah. See, you're going in and out.
What the fuck?
My internet's fine. It says. Right. We're right back at it, man.
It's not me.
We are right back at it. Keep
Hold
going.
on,
We're
let me
fine.
do. Hold on, let me
It's
do
not
something
you.
here. It's not me. Let's see here. Audio.
Okay.
No, it's not me.
Okay. Now you're
How
fine.
about now? Can you hear me better now?
Terrible. Worse.
Terrible. It's worse.
Not terrible. It's worse.
All right. How about now?
Yeah. Now we're good. Now we're good. All right. Now we're good.
Okay. God, I lost. Yeah. So I saw Barbie last week.
Barbie just crossed the
Blake's.
$1 billion mark. I heard.
It did. It crossed the $1 billion mark. People are going crazy for this thing, but I don't know. I don't know my thoughts on it. I guess I just didn't get it. I mean, it wasn't a terrible movie. I just don't get it.
I mean,
I just don't
I
get
don't
it
think it was meant for you, Bud, to get probably, right? Like sometimes movies just aren't for us. That's all right.
because I'm a man. Is that what you're trying to say?
That was what I was implying. Yeah, but you didn't play with Barbies growing up, or at least I'm judging by your manly tattoos there that you weren't a guy that played with Barbies, and I think it was kind of
No.
geared for the girls that grew up playing with Barbies and things like that, and a good nostalgia trip for them. That's kind of who I think that movie was made for, right?
I guess. So the what I took away from the movie, it's made for. I think the audience is for Gen X girls who grew up playing with Barbie,
Yeah,
and they've raised basically a generation of militants, I guess, and it's just kind of Gen X moms getting in touch with their militant political daughters. That's kind of what I get from it. But yeah,
yeah,
Oppenheimer was fantastic. I'll have to
yeah.
say, Joseph. Bud, did you have a shave? You look so young. Yes, I did have a shave, and I'm just a young looking guy. Hey, Scotty. Hey, hose.
What's up, Scott?
Welcome back. We were just talking about the last movies we saw in the theater. I think Friday I'm gonna go see Meg 2: The Trench.
I want to see it. I loved the first one. Like it's fun.
Yeah, that's the good thing about it. I read all the books. There's like 7 books in the Meg series, so there's plenty of material, and they are really good books. And what I like about the movies is they're just good old fashioned
Yeah, they're
just
popcorn movies, right?
popcorn movies,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, yeah. If you
Yeah,
go in and expecting, Jaws or something, you're going to be disappointed. But if you just want to have fun, watch a Meg and Jason Statham, or Octopus or whatever the hell's going to be in this one. Like,
oh, they have all the undersea creatures in these Meg books, man. I'm telling you,
do they? I like the
they
concept
all
of,
come to the
of
surface. Yeah,
yeah, I love the concept of like they're under the surface and there's this whole other world down there. It's cool.
yeah. So it looks like everybody's trickled in. So you just want to get into it.
Let's get into it.
All right. So last week they had finally we were kind of like stuck wondering if this was ever going to happen. There were rumors that they were going to try to get it out. They wanted to get it in production and have it come out by October, if you can believe that. Um, to me, I think the studio was trying to pressure. What do they call radio silence? Trying to
Yep.
kind of pressure them into coming back immediately and strike while the iron is hot. Because let's be honest, Scream 5, Scream 6 did great at the box office. So the stars, Jenna Ortega, hottest thing probably in Hollywood right now. She's getting ready to do Wednesday. She's doing Beetlejuice 2. Very, very in demand for her. Melissa Barrera, I think I'm not too sure about her, but you know, Radio Silence themselves, I guess they're in demand. They're going to do a Universal
You know,
Monster Untitled.
yeah.
So yeah, Paramount wants to get Scream 7 out, so they've decided to go ahead and hire a new director. His name is Christopher Landon. He's kind of directed a few horror films. He directed a Paranormal Activity and some others, which we'll talk about. And you want to hear something funny? So,
Yes.
do you know who Michael Landon is?
Yeah. Highway to Heaven, right?
Highway to Heaven. So this
My
Michael
mom used to
Landon
love
is
that
his
show.
father. Is
Shut
Christopher
up. I
Landon's
did not
father.
know that, dude.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
grew up on that show. My mom was always watching that shit.
So you want to hear something really funny?
Yeah, you're not gonna beat Michael Landon though.
I am named after Michael Landon. My mother named me Michael because she was in love with Michael Landon. It's a true
Interesting.
fucking story. I swear to God. Little
I'm
House
named
on the
after a
Prairie.
I'm named after a fictional religious person too. That's crazy.
Um, shit, I can't think
It's
of a funny joke.
no,
I'm sorry.
apparently it's someone named Dominic from some show called the movie called The Flying Nun or something like that. So,
No,
but I don't
never heard of it.
know. Yeah, me either. But anyway, that's awesome. Michael Landon's awesome.
Yeah, Allie. So my mom loves him too. Yeah, our moms love Michael Landon, and he's pretty fairly ugly person, but Christopher
Is he?
Landon. He's directed. Yeah. So like I said, he directed one of the like it's like 8 Paranormal Activity sequels. He directed one of them. He also directed Happy Death Day, which is a pretty fun movie. Do you like Happy Death Day, Nick?
Yeah, big fan of it. I wouldn't say big fan of it, but I definitely enjoyed this movie. I thought it was kind of a breath of fresh air when it came out. I don't know if it came out 7 years ago, something like that.
Yeah,
But I thought it was a cool concept, especially it's like Groundhog Day with
yeah,
except she dies every day, right?
exactly. And they
Yeah.
made a sequel, Happy Death Day to
To
You,
You,
which I don't think did as was successful as the original. But yeah, it was fun. And he also did Freaky. I think came out kind of in the early days of the pandemic.
yep.
I think did it go straight to video or did it go or sorry streaming?
I
Dated
I
myself
think it went
there.
straight to streaming. I haven't seen it.
It's
I heard from a
it's
bunch of people. I heard from a bunch of people it's okay, but a hit or miss. I don't know.
so you see a pattern with this guy. He makes a Groundhog Day horror movie, and he makes Freaky, which is like a take on the horror version of Freaky Friday, for instance, with
Right.
Jamie Lee Curtis, Lindsay Lohan.
Yes.
Or if you're old like me, there was one in the '70s. I think it was maybe Allie knows. But yeah, Freaky Friday was a '70s movie, and then Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay remade it. But yeah, so he has he does the comedy horror. So one would think that he fits really well into Scream. So what do you think of that they're going in a new direction with a new director? Do you think what does that mean going forward for our core four? What does it mean for the story? What do you think? Are you excited about
Um,
this?
I don't know what it means for the story yet. However, if Radio Silence is going to leave, was going to leave, which obviously they uh, couldn't come to some type of agreement for whatever reason, I think he's a good choice because, and I haven't seen Freaky yet, but I think he's a director that kind of gets what horror fans want and need nowadays with Happy Death Day and things like that. So I think he's a very very solid choice. I'm excited to see what he's gonna do. You got me even more excited because maybe we'll get a cameo from his father in Scream 7.
Well, no,
Maybe he'll be the killer.
it's kind of like
Or
Dwayne Haskins was not going to win the Super Bowl this year.
oh, he's
So,
dead.
oh yeah, Michael Landon is definitely not going to be in Scream 7. So
Well, if Stu can be in Scream 7, maybe Michael Landon can be in Scream 7.
maybe, but you bring up an interesting point. I'm sorry, Christopher Landon. He's worked with Vince Vaughn. He's worked with David Harbour. You know him from Stranger Things. He's
Stranger
in like it
Things,
seems
yeah.
like he's in everything now. And I think Christopher Landon has a movie that he directed that's on Netflix, starring David Harbour. So what's her name from Happy Death Day, Jessica Roth. So there's a whole lot of
Well,
talented
right.
people.
Radio Silence had Samara Weaving, right,
Yeah, right.
In Scream 6, so yeah.
So if you look at it from that perspective, there's a ton of talent that could possibly come into the Scream franchise. Like I
I
could,
wouldn't call Vince Vaughn talent, but I get your
well,
point.
I mean, like Jessica Roth, the
Yes,
lead here. Let's,
yes.
yeah, like her and probably some other people. I can't remember. I don't remember everybody.
Yeah,
But yeah, interesting things that we could possibly see. You know, obviously, Scream 5 and 6 they followed a pattern correctly, right? You had in the
yeah.
first one legacy characters, kind of very similar to the first one, and then Scream 2 very similar to Scream 2, where they're at a university, things like that. So they're following a pattern. Do you think they're going to continue this pattern and do like a Scream 3 thing where it's goes all the way back to the beginning, something we thought we knew was true but wasn't, kind of like Scream 3? Do you think they're going to do that? Kind of the
I
Scooby
think
Doo.
yeah, I think that's the logical way to take it, and that's exactly
Mhm.
why I think they're not going to. I think they're gonna throw the franchise on its head a little bit. You know, they might not
Yeah.
go as far as Halloween Ends in that regard, but I think that's kind of the new thing is just to subvert expectations and then make a decision that might seem like it comes out of left field, whether it's like the Last Jedi and Luke throwing the lightsaber, or Corey Cunningham or what. I feel like when you get a new director like this, he's not going to play it safe. Now, there could be all kinds of studio interference and all kinds of things like that. Who knows what's going to happen with this writer's strike? But all things being equal, I think they subvert expectations and they go a different route somehow.
Do I need to
How
call
about
my
you? What do you think?
do I need to call my shot like I did in
That's up to you. There's
January?
a lot of time. There's a lot of time to make Scream videos. You might want to save that for another Scream video, unless the audience here thinks you should call your shot.
Should I call my shot? I called my shot uh,
So what are
early
you
in.
talking about with calling your shot? Because you
I,
got
I
something right in Scream 6, right?
I called the killers. I called two of the killers. Yeah, right from the beginning.
That's
I
right.
didn't
You
know
got
that there
Jack
were going to be
Chappie in it.
three, but I got what's his name? Dermot Mulroney. I got him, and I got the curly headed fuck that they didn't like. I forget his name.
Uh, Jack Champion, Ethan.
Yeah, yeah. God, I've turned so bad on Scream 6. Like I've
I
like
hope I hope
full
Wayne
heal on the
Turner
thing.
is I hope Wayne Turner is turning it on its head. I hope he's not right, because that could get a little Luke and Leia shit there. Danny is Sam's secret brother.
I'm gonna call my shot. Allie says call it.
Call your shot. Call your shot.
Samantha Carpenter is gonna be the killer, and we're gonna find out she was behind all the bullshit all from the beginning, all to get
Yes.
revenge on Sidney Prescott for killing her dad. Calling it right now. Am I excited for Scream 7? I don't know. I'm gonna hold judgment on that until I see. I mean, who knows when this thing's even gonna come out, right, Nick? Writer's
Yeah,
strike.
I mean, yeah, this could be a year from now.
So yeah, I
Can we back
imagine.
up? We need to back up a second.
Oh,
You need to
sure.
repeat what you just said. You think Sam's going to be the killer and she's been behind everything?
Yep, from the beginning.
Interesting.
Because you remember at the end of Scream 5 where she was gonna about ready to stab Richie, and he was like, "What about my movie?" I'm just saying that
Scream.
you could call back to that, like she was gonna let him do his movie, and then she just killed his ass. Maybe he. I'm just saying, there's a way that they
Yeah, I
could
mean
circle back. Yeah.
it's definitely possible. That's interesting. Hmm. I don't know how I feel about that.
Okay,
I guess
Scott's
it'll
still
depend
talking
on
in
if
here.
if when she kills someone they actually die.
Jenna Ortega still needs to film Beetlejuice 2 and season 2 of Wednesday too. Yeah, she definitely has to go back and finish Beetlejuice 2 because they've already started filming that. So I'm gonna say it's probably a race between Wednesday and Scream 7 for what she does next after
The
Beetlejuice.
good thing is her and Tim
So
Burton are
that
probably like
remains to be
Johnny
seen.
Depp and Tim Burton now, so maybe she could ask for a favor, you
Yeah.
know? But yeah, he's
Yeah,
right. She's
I saw you did a short. Was it this morning where you had some behind the scenes photos of Beetlejuice 2?
I think that was like a month ago, but yeah.
Was it? Oh,
Yeah, something like that. It was a while ago, but yeah, there was just some behind the scene photos with Jenna Ortega and
Alley Girl,
what's her face?
and Stu will come
Yeah,
back at
yeah,
the end with her.
yeah, yeah. And Michael Landon is Stu's father. Boom.
Right. Are they gonna have Samantha and Tara's mother in the next one? Do you think they kind of have to?
Probably,
They've kind of
probably,
laid the tracks, you know.
probably, probably. She probably got molested by Weinstein, and they're going back to Hollywood to get revenge or something.
Yeah, I wonder
That's
if they will go to Hollywood. That's a good point. Scream 3 was in Hollywood. Do you think we're going back to the Stab movie set, a la Scream 3 for Scream
I
7? What do you
hope
think?
not, because at this point, like I know it's kind of in the DNA of the Scream franchise at this point, but at this point for me, I'm sick of stab in the Scream movies. I'm over it. I get it, but it's just it's almost like the plot of Stab has taken over, taken over aspects of Scream, or instead of getting tense scenes or good chase scenes, we're focusing on the Stab movies. So I hope not, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Hmm. Definitely looking out for that. Let's see here. Someone said, hope Jenna Ortega wins the Emmy for Wednesday next month. Uh,
I wonder
I
who
would
she's
like
going.
to. I would like to know who she's nominated against.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see here.
I like Wayne.
Chad revealed to be a cyborg and Seven Kirby is a secret ghost face. Or the world's worst
Or the
FBI
world's
agent.
worst FBI actor. I mean, agent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if Jenna Ortega joins the cast of Stranger Things season 5? Yeah, that maybe. They haven't really released much about that. I heard that's not going to take
Yeah. How
place
old?
until 2025 at the earliest. So
How old are these kids gonna be? They're
they're
gonna be
going to
like,
be in their 20s. They're going to be like 35 years old at this point.
it's gonna
It's
be
going
the
to take place
2000s.
in the late
Hey,
90s.
what's up, Paxton?
100% agrees with you. I'm not sure on what. On
Hey there, bud. Paxton. How you doing, buddy?
see, she needs to be in the last season. Linda Hamilton is joining the cast of Stranger Things. Yeah, I heard much about it. Stranger Things season 4 was fantastic, by the way. Really good show.
I've never seen Stranger Things.
You need to actually, if you have some time, if you're, whatever, taking a
Yeah,
break from the heat wave, whatever, pop
yeah,
that on. I think you'll enjoy it. I think you really will. Let's see here. I agree with that, Nick. Stab has always been overrated.
yeah. It was a cool
That
concept at first. It
that's
just
fucking
became.
meta as hell, Allie. Because we're saying Stab is overrated.
Yeah,
That's crazy. Let's see here. Gail and Mindy opening kills for 7 live on TV. That would be interesting. They definitely need to kill some motherfuckers off.
I won't
Do you
believe it
agree?
if they do. If they let's say they kill Gail and Mindy in the opening scene, I'm gonna be waiting for a gurney to come out of nowhere at the end of the movie or have some ending credits, and they'll be alive. They fucking ruined it for me.
Yeah. I'll be interested to see if Christopher Landon comes on board and cleans up some of these plot problems that they've been having in the radio silence version of Scream. They've been,
Yeah,
I
they did
think
so many
I
things
think,
well, and it's overshadowed by some of the other shit.
yeah. So hopefully he can come in. He's a writer too. He wrote the scripts for Happy Death Day, Freaky, the sequel. So maybe he can come clean things up. That's what maybe I would be
Yeah,
excited about that.
yeah, it'll be interesting.
Holy shit, Sting is in the ring on AEW. Awesome. Let's
Sting
see
is still
here.
alive. Jesus.
He's still alive, dude. He's like 70 years old. He can still go. He's like Bud. Still looks young. Anyway, yeah, still It still isn't Halloween in, so that's a good segue into our next topic, which is The Exorcist Believer. Nick, you did a reaction trailer or
I
trailer reaction
did
for
when
this,
it came
right?
out
Yeah.
maybe 2 weeks ago. I think 2 weeks ago to the day, actually. Yeah,
God is
yeah.
God.
What do you think of that?
There's
What
a
do you think of it?
line. There is a line in that trailer where it says God played a trick on you, and the trick is that David Gordon Green is directing this thing. That's the trick. I don't know that I can trust this guy. Like Exorcist, like it's a classic, right? 50 years old this year. Uh, Horror classic. Scared the shit out of people back in 73 or whenever when it came out 50 years
Yep,
ago.
yep.
And there, we saw what David Gordon Green did with Halloween. It was mixed, to say the least. Would you agree?
Yes, but I also agree that any sequel to a beloved franchise would be mixed nowadays. But I,
Yeah.
s- but yes, I agree.
So
It
yeah,
was mixed.
yeah. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed the trailer. I was intrigued because we didn't really know what this was going to be about, and it turns out it's about two little girls who have gone missing. I guess they're school friends, I would say.
Yep,
And there's some parents. They're frantic trying to find their kids, and they find them somewhere in the woods, and they've become possessed by the devil. Like, so I don't know. Is the devil? Do you think the devil has been dormant for 50 years at this point? After the events of the, I don't know. Is Scream? I'm sorry,
Well,
Scream.
well,
Is Exorcist 3 going to be like how? What's the canon here? Do we
well.
know?
I guess that's the question, right? Is
Yeah,
the Exorcist 2 canon where Linda Blair's tap dancing? I, I, I don't know.
right.
You know, I agree that the what they showed in the trailer as far as what the plot could be about, or little nuggets of what the plot might be about, I thought was intriguing. And my biggest issue with making an Exorcist sequel nowadays,
Hmm.
and I've said this from the start, is how do you make this a sequel to The Exorcist, and not just another exorcism movie like The Exorcism of Emily Rose, or what all the other millions of Exorcist movies that have come out since then. How do you make it stand out? Because The Exorcist was the fucking Exorcist in 73. People were going nuts. Religious groups were freaking the fuck out, because she's masturbating with a cross. She's telling, Father Karras, your mother
Fuck
sucks
me!
cocks
Fuck
in hell.
me!
Yeah,
Fuck
yes,
me!
yes. I mean that is fucking appalling 50 years ago. So how do you come up with a sequel to that and not just have it be another run of the mill exorcism movie? And there's a lot of good exorcism movies out there, a lot of shitty ones too. So how do you make it stand out? Uh, I don't have an answer to that. Even The
But I,
Exorcist 3, like it's finally starting to get some love, but it was hated in 1990.
it was, but it is. I think it's pound for
I like
pound less boring than the original Exorcist. The original Exorcist, like all the money is in a tight frame. Like the rest of the movie is just fucking slow and boring.
so I actually like The Exorcist 3 better than the original, but
I would agree.
I don't find it boring because yeah, but I don't find The Exorcist boring. I'm enthralled by the story of Father Karras and his redemption arc, and how he makes this choice to
Yeah,
save the little girl. I
yeah.
fucking love that emotional aspect. But I do agree that pound for pound, like you said, The Exorcist 3 is more kind of enthralling in the story, of what's going on there. And I'm a sucker for what's his face, the George C. Scott, in anything he does. So yeah, it's going to be interesting.
So like you were
That's
saying,
good.
what can they do to improve or whatever to make it more compelling? Well, they have two possessed little girls this time, so double the fun. I don't know. Is this movie a PG-13 or a rated R? Do we know? Or have they not decided?
I
I'm gonna
don't
guess
know.
they're gonna it's gonna be PG-13 if I had to guess.
I would
I'm just
guess
gonna
that the
guess.
studio would be pushing for that for box office, right?
Yeah, because you want to get the teenagers in to see this, right? You can't have
Hmm.
13-year-olds going in there where they're talking about fuck me, fuck me. You can't. I don't think you can have that this time, but we'll see. It's David Gordon Green. Do you think they're going to be any David Gordon Green, Danny McBride humor? David Gordon Green did Pineapple Express, great movie. It's okay. Think they're going to have the humor?
Yes. Yes, I think you have two little girls that are possessed, and
Yeah.
you have carte blanche to have them say whatever you want. You tell me Danny McBride isn't foaming at the mouth at that opportunity? Fuck yeah, he is.
He's like,
There's going to be some dirty humor with them saying,
I got
something
peanut butter on my
horrible.
penis.
Yeah,
Peanut butter on my
yes,
penis.
exactly,
Something
exactly.
like that. So I guess the big
Yep,
line is
exactly.
the body and the blood. The body and the blood. You remember
Yes.
that from the
Yeah, I
trailer?
like that. I like that little scene when she's walking in the church like that. That was good.
Yeah. So the big news is that Ellen Burstyn is back as Chris McNeil. Apparently, she is the expert this time around. A little bit different
She
direction than what they
aged
do with.
pretty well. I like
Yeah,
it's been 50 years, man.
yeah. She's 90, like 95 years old, and she's out there
Yeah, that's
looks
impressive.
great. Now, Scott here, he says he wished they'd shown Linda Blair in the trailer. She did shoot scenes for the movie. She's going to be back. L- So, and then
Here
of course,
here is an issue I had though with a line from the trailer, and it's something that what's her face there says, Reagan's mom says, she's like, it's going to take every religion in the book to get this done. And that kind of bothers me a little bit because the lore of the original Exorcist had to do with what the Catholic Church, right?
mm-hmm, yeah.
Right. So,
So,
so now we're getting all these other religions involved, and yeah, and in some ways, I get that, but in other ways, Father Karras's whole story um, was about some of his failures, and as a priest in the Catholic Church and his redemption arc. So the Catholic Church played a huge role in that, and obviously, in the 50 years since this movie came out, the Catholic Church's reputation has, let's just say, gotten a little worse than it was 50 years ago without getting into specifics. So I don't know if that's the reason. I don't know. I don't know if it's just because it's 2023 and we got to include everything now. Don't want to piss anyone off
yeah,
anymore. I don't know what
right,
that is, but
right.
that little line concerns me a little bit. And I don't want to get into, you know, things like that, but it's just something that's kind of in my peripherals here that I'm going to be paying attention to see if they take that too far.
We'll just find out
And
that
I'm
the
not
girls are
Catholic,
just
by the way.
Episcopalians and just going
Yeah,
freaky
yeah, right.
deaky.
I'm not Catholic either, by the way. So
I'm
it's
not
so it's
either.
nothing like that. But
So in terms
but I
of
just think
them
that
not,
it's important.
so they don't show Linda Blair, but it's David Gordon Green and Bloomhouse. The next trailer will come here maybe
Well,
next month, and they'll give it all away. Of course, they'll
well,
give it
right. Well,
away.
yeah, they didn't show Linda Blair, right? So that's concerning to people. Like, how much is she in the movie? Well, look at the Halloween Ends trailer. How much did they show Michael? A lot. And how much was it could be the opposite effect there.
Mm.
So who knows?
I mean, they
But
gave
I
away
think
that
I think it's smart.
Michael grew his fingers back in Halloween Ends.
Yeah,
Corey
right,
Cunningham revealed as the devil in Believer, the Ends crossover. I like it.
dude. That'd be awesome. I would laugh so hard.
So let's see here. Ali has some thoughts about the shock value isn't going to be there like the OG. No, because we've seen it all. I mean, we have movies like Human Centipede, you know,
Yeah.
Saw, which we're going to talk about here in a minute. Just torture porn, no shock value anymore. Let's see here. Army Hammer as a cannibal ghost face in Scream 7. I like it. Like he's on bath salts. Um, let's see here. They could make it stand out by having at least 70% of the tone of the original and not the new Exorcism movies.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
are a lot of Exorcist kind of rip-offs out there. And some of them are really good.
yeah.
But there are so many. So yeah, that's a good question. How are they going to make this stand out from these kind of movies have been done to death. How are they going to make
It
this
won't.
stand
They're
out?
just gonna have similar characters, have the same demon or whatever,
Hmm.
possessing the girls. But I, I think if they do justice to what happened to Reagan, if Father Karras is mentioned more than once and not just kind of in passing, if they do things like that, you know, little subtle Easter eggs, not Halloween 22 Easter eggs, but like subtle Easter eggs to let you know that, this is the same
Yeah.
demon, which it looks like it is, obviously, because she's calling,
Well, yeah, yeah.
she's calling him saying mommy, right? Or something like that. So yeah.
So the question is Chris McNeil going to be shot out of a window and down the concrete steps to her death? You think they'll do that? Like they're going to make
It's possible.
they've already announced a sequel. I think it's
Possible.
called
Yeah.
I don't know what they call it. It's some like Deceiver. I don't know. Like they're they're,
Yeah.
they're clearly
Does
making
this take
another one.
place in Georgetown? Is this set in
I don't know.
Georgetown? Like
Probably
the first few? Yeah, it
looks like
must be if
Maryland to
McNeil's
me.
there. Yeah. Okay.
Um, yeah. Let's see here. If yeah, they'll give everything away. There will be a final trailer. Is this thing going straight to Peacock or is this exclusively in theaters? Because I know Five
I think
Nights at Freddy is going. I
it's
wonder if
going
they'll
what
go
to both.
maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. People are going back to the movies. It seems lately over the last month, so maybe
Yeah.
they'll let it ride and only in theaters. Let's see here. Jason Patrick's dad was in the original. Jason Miller.
That's right. He's
Yeah,
right. Jason
you might
Patrick
know
from Lost Boys, right?
Lost Boys and crucial, important film
Oh,
Scream. Or
Speed
I'm sorry,
2.
Speed
Or
Two.
Speed 2. Yes. Cruise control.
Yeah, got it. Cruise
Yes.
control, and they're on a boat. Is there cruise control on boats? I
Yes.
don't know.
I
Ellen
don't know.
Burstyn is like 90. Yeah, she's up there, but she looks great. Sounds
Yeah.
great. No problems with her. Are they gonna have? Oh shit! Damn it! I need to figure out how to zoom my shit out. That's why I hate Apple mouses. There we go. Jay, let's see here. What can't wait for this movie. I'm gonna get off, and I will finish on the
See ya,
replay.
Joseph.
Have a good night, Joseph. Scientology. They're gonna
Jesus
have Scientology out there fighting the devil.
Christ.
Let's see here. Mormons come knocking at their door. Yeah, the Mormons and the what was that religion that Michael Jackson's family was in? Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, yeah.
Resident Evil AMC.
Hey, what's
Welcome
up?
to the show, man. Thanks for tuning
What's
in.
going on?
We talked about Scream. We're talking about The Exorcist. Allie says she thinks they changed Five Nights at Freddy. I don't think they did. I have not heard that. What do you think of Five Nights at Freddy? I don't really know what to make of it. I don't know
I don't know
anything
what to
about
make of
the
it, but
game, but
the trailer looked cool, man. I mean,
I would
clearly
I
it's
would
like
say that
some abandoned Chuck E. Cheese type place, right?
yeah, the teaser trailer looked cool, but I don't know, man. Chilling. Yeah. So yeah, Five Nights at Freddy. I'm gonna have to kind of research. I mean, it looks interesting, but
Yeah.
let's see
Looks like
here.
it could be
There's
fun.
Reagan
Sounds fun.
McNeil. She's like, "Fuck me, fuck me."
Your mother sucks cocks in hell.
Your mother, right? I can't believe they actually made her say that stuff, didn't they?
Yeah, they fucking destroyed her back too.
I forgot to mention the director of The Exorcist passed away the other day.
A couple days ago, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he directed The French Connection, a lot of really famous films. This guy he was a believer in physical media, which I talk about all the time, but big proponent of that. I think everybody needs to get back into physical media. Wayne Turner, sadly, I've got to
See you, Wayne.
go get. Yeah, it's like lunch there. Well,
Yeah. See you, Wayne.
Rewind Trivia is dead, sadly, but we'll see you on the next one. We'll be back. We'll try to do this in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
October 27th is coming up. Movie's Five Nights at Freddy's. So yeah, October's pretty loaded.
Yeah, it
It
is.
was. It had Five Nights at Freddy, Exorcist,
Exorcist.
Believer
Saw got bumped up
coming
though,
out,
right?
and yeah, but we're gonna talk about. Oh yeah, there's the ladies from. He directed Blue
He
Chips.
directed Blue Chips too?
Yeah, with Nick Nolte and
Really?
Shaquille
With
O'Neal.
Shaq?
Yeah,
Yeah. It's a good movie.
that's a man blast from the past. That one right there.
Yeah, good pull.
I think was Shaquille O'Neal still in the NCAA when he did that movie. So
I
basically,
believe.
this was a
Yes.
money laundering
Yeah.
operation
If he
for
wasn't, he
them.
was on, if he wasn't, he was like his first year on the Magic or something. No,
Yeah.
I think he was on the Magic because Penny Hardaway was in the movie too.
Speaking of that, have you watched the Johnny Manziel documentary on Netflix?
Not yet, but it's on
That
my
you
list.
have to watch that. That is fucking insane.
I need to see it. I ran into him in Vegas maybe 4 years ago or something like that.
Yeah, he's a
Like,
train wreck.
yeah, yeah, he is.
The Exorcist comes out in September. I thought came out in October. But anyway,
He might be
let's move
right.
on to Saw 10. Saw 10. So either I think that it was the business decision. It wasn't because they're excited about the movie
Yeah,
or that it's going to test over the moon. It's because October was becoming crowded and September's wide open. This is what I said Halloween
yeah.
Ends should have done last year when it was going to come out. I said they should have jumped into the back end of September and done a
You did say that.
theatrical
I remember
run
you saying that.
and then released it on the original October 14th release date on Peacock. That's what they should have done. So it sounds like at Lionsgate they produced the Saw movies. They're moving up to September 29th, which I think is pretty smart. Horror is doing really well at the box office. To me, through the pandemic, it was the one constant. Like people will go to the movies to watch horror films. It's all about the atmosphere, being in a theater full of people, and being scared to death. So, the Saw scare you, Nick Push? Did any Saw movie ever scare you? What do you think of the Saw franchise? I know you weren't
Um,
very kind to this trailer.
yeah. Regarding the trailer, this trailer was absolutely fucking garbage. I thought, mostly because of the music, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But to answer your question, did any Saw movies scare me? Not in a conventional sense. No. I really loved the first one. You know, James Wan and Lee Winnell. You know, back when they were
Yeah,
nobodies, did this. They were college buddies, I think. And I thought it was really well done, minus the acting of Cary Elwes. I thought he was terrible. Um, and I like him though. I like him in a lot of stuff. Robin Hood Men in Tights, Twister, all kinds of shit. But anyway, I really enjoyed the concept of the first one. It was brand new. It kind of spawned the torture porn, but nothing really scared me about it. I just thought it was kind of like more like a good psychological thriller with some gore.
yeah,
Second one
with some
scared me
twist.
just because of the famous, yeah, twist. The needle scene is the only thing that's really scared me. But I find myself nowadays, and maybe it's just me getting old, but anytime I'm watching a Saw movie, the money shots, so to speak, where the trap gets someone, I have to look away. I can't deal with that
Yeah.
shit, man. It's too cringe for me, So like, I think the first movie's great. I won't call it a classic, but I think it's great. Second one was pretty decent, and other than that, I saw parts of the third one, parts random pieces of other ones, and haven't really seen much of the entire franchise. How about you? Are you a fan of the
Well,
franchise?
I like the first one, the second one, the third one. They're all pretty good. I kind of believed them when they said Saw the final chapter came out, but just like Friday the 13th, man, they got us
Yeah.
again, and
Did you
there's
see
another
Spiral?
Saw movie. I did see Spiral.
Did
It's a
you?
little bit different, kind of loosely
Yeah.
based on the Saw franchise, in that it has Jigsaw, but it has Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson who are playing father and son.
Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty interesting. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was a little bit different
Yeah.
than
What I
all the
do
other
like
ones.
about this one is it's at least in the concept, is this is between two of the Saw movies, right? Isn't this between Saw 1 and Saw 2 or
Right.
something like that?
It is takes place between Saw 1 and Saw 2, which so apparently John Kramer is back, which I think is a smart idea if you're going to come
Yes.
back and do a Saw sequel because to me, he's the voice of Jigsaw, so it makes a lot of sense, but they kind of have one arm tied behind their back here with this franchise because he had terminal brain cancer in the first one, and they kind of stretched themselves a little bit thin. So I think it's pretty smart to go back, put this thing between the first and the second. I don't know how much stuff they can wedge in there, but really smart to do that. Um, so it looks like he has gone to Mexico to get cancer treatment that apparently can't get in the United States. And for some reason, these unethical doctors have decided to just fucking lie to this guy and make him believe that they've cured his cancer, which is horrible. So, I mean, so they're obviously playing into John Kramer, Jigsaw being the good guy this time around. What do you think of that kind of? Typically, he's always kind of gotten people that are like scummy, but these people are especially vile and that they lied to this man and told him they cured him of brain cancer. So, what do you think of them positioning John Kramer to be the big baby face in this movie? What do you think?
I get it. I absolutely
Hmm.
100% get it. It's like in Friday 6 when the fans started cheering for Jason all of a sudden, it's more fun.
Yeah.
I get it, but I don't like it. There's people that say, technically John Kramer isn't a murderer. He's a fucking
Hmm.
murderer. I mean, come on. He's putting these people in these situations like this. And I don't like that. I don't like that it's all, there's a difference between scummy and this. These people, do they deserve to die? I don't know, but you can make the argument. If somebody's cheating on his wife or lying about something, do they deserve to die? No, they're assholes and they're douchebags and they deserve some type of justice, but not death. And I think like when you're teetering on that line, it's okay. But when you're crossing the line where there's people that you can justify these people deserve to die, I don't like it, and maybe that's just a me thing. But I much prefer not rooting for the killer. How about you? Where's your stance on that?
I think it's a nice change. I mean,
Yeah,
you know, to a degree, his victims and all the other ones, they were just like kind of troubled people, or maybe they've done one or two bad things. Not like one of them, hit a drunk driver or was driving drunk, hit a kid,
yeah,
but never one as bad as taking some poor old guy's money and tell him you cure his cancer. That's pretty up there. But yeah, it's a typical Saw movie where he's got like 6 or 7 people in a room where they have to go through all these elaborate deals to save their lives. They have one where a guy has to like cut a key out of his brain or some shit.
ugh,
Um,
yeah. I can't watch that shit.
but they gave away all the twists already. You remember this, Shawnee Smith? They just go ahead and reveal that she's back under the pig mask like she was. I guess she goes and rounds up all of the targets. You know, it's looks like it's going to be pretty much the same Saw. I know they're putting out that it tested and that they think they have a hit on their hands. We'll see. Um, but yeah, I really don't have much else to say about Saw. But
Yeah,
go
I
ahead.
mean, it's a franchise that just churns them out. I
Mhm.
hope this movie's good, but
Are you going to go see, or
part
are
of
you
me,
going to wait for it to come out on streaming?
to be a
It's good.
100% honest with you, you just said something that makes it seem like it might be a tough watch for me. I've been in a
What?
situation where I've almost went to Mexico to try to save someone's life who was dying of cancer, and I don't know if I can handle that being part of the plot. That being
Mm.
said, I'll
I
probably
guess they
check.
should have made it where he was going down to get the like liposuction or something, or maybe
Right?
his
Come on.
wife
Come on.
get
Don't
it,
be on me.
get a boob job or something, and his wife
Mhm.
died, something
There
like
we
that.
go. There we go. He wakes up and he's got breasts, and then he just is on a revenge. That
Yeah,
that would be a
maybe. Yeah, maybe that's what they did. They gave him breasts instead of doing the brain surgery.
dude, could you
Maybe.
imagine? That'd be awesome. I would laugh so hard. But yeah, I'll probably give it a shot because it'll be something fun to talk about on YouTube,
Yeah.
that people want to
No,
talk about.
nobody's scared by Saw. Sad. They're
Yeah, I
talking
don't
about
think it's that kind of
they're
movie, but
talking about The Crush. Do you remember The Crush? Alicia Silverstone.
with Carrie Elwes and Alicia
Yeah,
Silverstone.
Carrie
Hell yeah,
was,
dude.
yeah, this was pre Clueless, kind of pre before
Yeah.
she was in all the
She
Aerosmith
killed his
videos
girlfriend
before
with a
she
bunch of
became a
bees or something, right?
yeah,
Oh, that
yeah.
was psycho. Yeah.
30 years
Good.
ago. Jeez. Time
Whoa.
has flied. But anyway,
Crazy.
anything else we want to talk about? We've only gone about not even an hour yet. That's pretty good. I
It's good. That
think
means we're efficient.
we're efficient. We were efficient. Everything on our new platform, StreamYard, had
Yeah.
the presentation
Were we gonna
here.
touch on were we gonna touch on Halloween?
Oh yeah,
Did you
we
want
saved the
to,
best
or
for last.
we don't
No,
have to.
no,
We don't
let's
have to
do,
if you don't want to, but okay.
let's do because I totally forgot about it. So you did a video. A lot of our fellow YouTubers are thinking, the 45th anniversary convention. I think one of our viewers is at Scott. Are you going to the convention?
Entertainment Wizard is, I
Entertainment
know.
Wizard's going. A few people are going. I think it's the end of next month. I want to say the
Yeah,
last weekend in September.
September 29th, September 29th.
So a Halloween movies account. I'm not sure if it's the official one. I don't. There's so many that I don't know what the official one is. Like, I think they should just turn it over to the Halloween verse. Like, maybe let them do the official
Right?
stuff. But one
Yeah.
of these said that they're going to announce some new projects potentially at the Halloween 45th anniversary, whether it be a new movie or the most popular theory is that Halloween TV series. Now we've talked about the Halloween TV series before. So are you on? Do you think that would be a good thing to do the Halloween TV series, a
Yes.
fleshed out Michael Myers, Dr. Loomis type story where a couple seasons or whatever builds up? How would that look to you?
Well, yes and no. I don't want Myers fleshed out. I don't want Loomis fleshed out. What I
Hmm.
want is some type of anthology series, but an anthology series involving Michael Myers. So, just whether it's a season or, whatever, a season where, Michael Myers in 1983, between Halloween 2 and H2O, and he's stalking some other
Hmm.
people on a Halloween night. Boom, that's a season. And then Michael Myers in 1991, stalking some people. I want anthology where it's just focused on Myers, but not his backstory, not
Mm.
Loomis. Something like that, or Season of the Witch. You know, that's kind of what I would want. We'll see what happens here, but that's kind of the direction that I would go with. But I don't think they will. How about you?
I
What
think
would it? What would you want?
I think they need to do another film. I don't know if we're ready for a TV series yet.
I just think,
I want to see how Crystal Lake
yeah,
does. And I think maybe it would be smart for them to wait to see how Crystal Lake does
true.
before they do that. So maybe I had an idea. Remember we were going to do a stream where I was going to pitch you and
That's right. That's right.
Jake my Halloween movie. Do you want me to just touch a little bit on it? Or-
I'm for it, but that's up to you.
Okay, so I'll just give a brief. I had an idea. They gave us, if you go back to Halloween, the original, Halloween 2, and then the new timeline where they cut out 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then they made Halloween H2O. So something happened there. Michael got away. There was 25 years, a blank slate, right? So my idea was a Lee Brackett adventure. They kind of set it up a little bit in Halloween H2O. If you remember, um, we see Loomis's office, and he's got the maps all over the wall, and there's little pin dots.
Yep.
To me, it seems like they've been tracking Michael Myers
True.
over the last 25 years to think, oh, maybe he committed these murders. And my idea was to do a Lee bracket where he helps. It starts out in 1981. Laurie Strode has faked her death with the help of
Hmm.
Sheriff Lee Brackett as his last act as sheriff of Haddonfield, of Warren County, whatever the fuck. And his last act is to help Lori. It's like she can't take it. Helps her fake a car accident so she can disappear and run off with her little boy, John Strode. And then Lee Brackett is the one that's investigating all of these murders all over, trying to track down Michael Myers. And I was thinking you could get someone maybe like Matt Damon, get a good serious actor. I think Matt Damon would be a good fill-in for Lee Brackett.
Expensive.
Expensive, but maybe worth it. We did Halloween Ends. It might be worth it to spend a little bit of money and get a really good actor like Matt Damon to come try to track down Michael Myers through across the state of Illinois. And then you could, have him hot on the trail. He's like, okay, he's going to be in this town. Michael or Brackett does kind of the Loomis role where he goes in and tries to talk to the sheriff and said, I think Michael Myers is in your town. And something like that. What do you think? Like you can introduce a whole new crop of babysitters, whole new cast, have the shape go back to basics where like we don't know if he's there or not. And they
Well,
just slowly reveal him. What do you
yeah.
think? Just a throwaway thing.
Yeah. See, that stuff like that is what I'd be interested in. Allie must have lost all her money in crypto because she hates Matt Damon. Um,
Okay,
but
it doesn't have to be Matt Damon. I'm just saying someone,
no, no,
about
you're right. You're right. Someone with some
about
gravitas.
in
Somebody,
about
yeah.
in his because I think Brackett was what like in his 30s
He was
when
38.
Annie was
He
killed.
looked like he was 68, but he was
He looked like
38.
he was 68, but he was 38, so he could be, like it could
Yeah.
take place like in the 80s or the 90s or whatever.
Yeah,
You
something
have
like that.
you
There's
have
there's
from
a big
1981
sandbox to
to
play in.
1998 whenever
Technically
H2O
78,
came.
right?
Yeah.
Technically, you
And
got
you
those 20 years.
and you could have Loomis, involved. So like you could do lots of
Well,
shit.
yeah, and you could have Brackett, just go through the different arcs of his grieving. He's just on a fucking revenge mission because of what happened to his daughter, and then
Yeah.
all kinds of different things. And him and Loomis are clashing. Uh, I said put it away. All kinds of shit. Yeah, yeah,
But like,
it's
I
interesting.
would
But
say
something like that, yeah.
I would say Loomis is like kind of house ridden. He can't leave the house because of his injuries. And he kind of runs the base in his office there.
Kind of like, you ever see Along Came a Spider
Yeah.
with Denzel Washington? He's bedridden and he's having the female detective, look at the clues and shit, right? Could be something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was thinking maybe the sheriff in the town they go to is a female sheriff. Give him a female sidekick. I'm just saying, just throwing some things out there to the chat.
So
I
she can
said,
run into Bracken. He can go, "Excuse me, sheriff."
right.
You
So
know,
to the chat, I said Matt Damon. Is there anybody who you think in their 50s or so that could play Sheriff Brackett? I was just picking Matt Damon because he kind of looks a little bit like
they got the
Charles
same type
Cyphers, a
of
little
face,
bit.
same like type of face,
Like
right?
I feel like he could pull off the pork chops, right? The pork chop.
Yeah, yeah.
Someone who could pull off those. Allie hates Matt Damon. The Bone
I just
Collector. That
I,
was
I
a
just hate
good
him
one.
because he's a hypocrite. That's the only thing I hate him for. But other than that, the Bone Collector, Paxton Scoggins. Scoggins.
Yeah.
Thank you, Paxton. Thank you. You're right. It was the Bone Collector. I don't know why it's.
No, Alley Girl says Chris Evans. What do you think of that? I don't think he's quite old enough.
I think he's too big. I mean, so is Damon, but
I don't know. Maybe
yeah, I don't know.
I
It's an interesting
wanted to.
idea.
What about Leonardo DiCaprio? You think they could talk him into it? Nah, no way.
No chance. And he's way too good of an actor to be in a Halloween movie. He's way too
I'm
talented
just
for
saying
that.
that's just one idea. Like
No, it's a
big
good
sand,
idea. Stuff like that.
big
Stuff like that is what interests me. You know? Yeah.
a big
Like you said, big
sandbox
sandbox
between
plan, right?
1981 and 1998. Like you could probably drop a couple of movies in that time frame. I'm just saying. Chris Pratt.
So would they show Michael going to a skin doctor to get rid of all his burns? So to help with the continuity of H2O?
No, he just didn't get burned.
No?
Lori
Okay.
was in a fucking coma, dude. You could explain that away so easy. She was seeing things.
True.
Like Michael got
True.
away.
Okay.
I'm just saying
True.
there
True.
are ways
Yeah, no,
out of
it's
that.
it's a good idea. It's a good idea.
Everybody,
What I like about the idea, and this is rare, especially
yeah.
for people like us who are in the Halloween, you know,
Jason Clark. See, we're
spectrum.
getting some ideas. Yeah.
Yeah. What I like about the idea about it is it's an idea I have not heard before. And I assumed you had some idea that someone else has told me before, and you came up with something fresh. I like it.
I'm gonna have to update the title to the thing. Just say that I have a Halloween theory, so people might check this thing out. Halloween two.
There you
Halloween
go.
2 didn't happen, right? If you use H2O, wrong. No, because John says that he burned to death in the
You,
fire.
yeah,
Remember?
I didn't exactly stay to watch the ashes or whatever she says. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. You
yeah.
told me
So
yourself
there you go.
burned. Yeah, it's a good idea.
I'm just
Start
saying,
writing
it's
a
just an
treatment.
idea.
But no, no, but
I
something
try.
like that. That's what I'd like to see. Something like that. We won't, but
I'm gonna have Chat GPT write it. I could just
there you
feed all these plot points
go.
in and have it read it out.
Yeah, there you go. I have a
So
few
yeah,
things
that's my
saved in my
Halloween
email
idea.
for videos from Chat GPT. Yeah, no, it's a good idea. It's a good idea.
Yeah,
The
I mean, you
question
could do
is
anything.
now, what should our next show be about,
You
bud?
don't even have to. I'm sorry, you don't even have to have bracket. You could just do Michael Myers shows up in another
Random
Illinois
con.
town.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of what I was hoping for.
So next show, you think we
There's
should go back
endless
to do a top
possibilities.
10 list?
Next show, sure, sure.
Do a
I don't know
quick
what
top 10
we'll
list, and
talk about it.
then and we can
We
do
can
our
rotate it.
NFL
Yeah,
predictions.
yeah,
All right. Well,
yeah.
I think we will look to wrap it up here. Does anybody have anybody in the chat anything you want to bring up real quickly before we bounce out of here? Nick, do you have anything big plan? You're going to do a review. Where you at on your
Um,
Friday the 13th reviews?
I've done the first four. I'm trying to do five here soon. But I gotta rewatch it, and um, work's been busy lately, so
Yeah, it's been
I'll get
busy
to it
for me
eventually.
too.
But yeah, we'll get to it.
Nick, are there 3 movies you're looking forward to coming out the rest of the year? I can't even
Um,
remember what's coming out. I don't even know what
I'd probably put the Exorcist on that list.
like,
But
I don't even know what big movies come out in, doesn't, like, the Captain Marvel sequel come out? I don't even know what's coming out in this fall.
God, I hated
Don't even
Captain
know.
Marvel. Yeah, I
What
don't know,
comes
but
out at Christmas? I
I'll
don't
tell
even know.
I don't know. It's got to be something decent. Top of my head, Exorcist, and that's the only thing I can think of right now that I'm really looking
There
forward
you
to.
go, Paxton. I'm looking forward to seeing Napoleon and Killers of the Flower Moon. I don't know what Iron Claw is, but
Napoleon,
definitely
is
wanna
that
see
on
those
like
2. I think
Napoleon? Napoleon?
it
Is that like a
yeah, it's, Joaquin Phoenix is playing Napoleon. It's directed by Ridley Scott. Apple
ooh,
TV, both of these movies. Killers of the
really
Flower Moon is apparently almost 4 hours long. It's, Martin Scorsese and Leonardo
interesting?
DiCaprio. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay,
Allie, she has Five Nights at Freddy. What is Iron Claw? Iron Claw, and I guess I need to look.
Iron Claw.
Iron Claw. Oh, that's the fucking Von Erich movie. Yeah, I definitely want to see that. Yeah,
Okay, Zac Efron.
yeah, yeah. That's the Von Erich movie.
Yeah,
I
okay.
totally forgot. Yeah, that's gonna be a real bummer. That movie probably. No good news with the Von Erichs. Yeah,
Are those the guys that invented Facebook?
no, they were all wrestlers and they all committed suicide for some
Okay. So
reason.
they Benoit themselves.
Like it's a really fascinating story. There's a Dark Side of the Ring. There's a documentary on Vice.
Sounds that sounds
Find it
familiar.
on streaming. They're very good
Okay.
stuff. It will be like Titanic, where they all just die at the end, I guess. The Iron Claw. I don't even know what else. Fall, winter movie releases. Let's see. I know there's a big one coming out at Christmas that I'm missing. It's going to be a big one.
Hmm.
Maybe not.
No, let me
I
see.
don't know.
December. Is it
Like there's a big one coming.
Hunger Games?
That would be a big
Wonka?
one, but I'm not gonna. Wonka is coming. No, there's one bigger than
Trolls? The
that.
Trolls sequel?
No, no. Let me look here.
I don't know. I don't see it.
Is it maybe the Joker movie that's coming out? Let's see here. We got the Big Fat
Is
Greek
that already
Wedding
coming out this year?
3, Expendables 4, The Nun 2 is coming out. Let's see
Hmm.
here. Dune Part 2, that was it. That's the one I was thinking of.
Okay.
Napoleon. Let's see here. Wonka. Aquaman is coming out December
Yeah.
20th. The Color Ferrari. That's the one. That's Michael Mann's new movie. He did like Miami Vice and all that. The Heat.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Heat.
yeah. Heat.
Apparently that
Yeah.
movie's gonna be fantastic from what I heard. But yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I would say I would throw Ferrari on there on the list of probably top movies I'm looking forward to. But good question. So I guess that's gonna do it. Let's wrap this thing up. It's
Yeah.
good to be
Thanks
back.
for
Thought we had
it
a
was good to be
good
back. It
show.
was good to be back. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I know it's challenging when these are sporadic, but we're trying our best and hopefully can get a little bit more consistent here moving forward.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll be a little bit better.
Yeah.
I think things are gonna slow down. So
Yeah.
all right,
Agreed.
everybody.
All right.
I'm
Thanks,
gonna.
everyone.
Oh, I was gonna say. Hold on, one thing. I'm gonna come
Yeah.
back next week. I'm gonna do Halloween H2O. So Halloween H2O retrospective coming next week, next Wednesday. So
Have you done Halloween 6 yet?
yeah, I did Halloween 6.
Yeah, 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 you did. Yeah, you did. That's
I
right.
did.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do Halloween H2O next week. We're gonna get that done. Gonna get on that. So
4K slides?
4K slides.
Oh
Thanks
boy.
everybody for tuning in. It's like I said, it's really good to be back and look forward to doing this more. And everybody have a good
Yeah,
night.
thanks,
Good
everyone.
good night, Nick.
Good night, bud.